everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, you're welcome. I hope you all are doing well. So in today's video, I'm going to be transforming my 1 month old goddess box braid into a beautiful and new goddess locks. So if you want to know how to transform your old box braid into something new and beautiful hairstyle, please keep watching. Okay, so moving on to the next step, you're gonna need some braiding hair. Okay, you're gonna need a comb to comb through the hair if you're using a straight hair, and also you're gonna need a crochet hook for this process. Okay, so moving on to the next step, you want to go ahead and separate the amount of hair you're going to be using to wrap the box braid. So next, take your crochet hook, pass it through the base of your box braid. So next, hook the hair, then close the crochet hook and pass it through. So right here, hold on, so right here you only want to pull one end of the braiding hair through the braid. So next, you go ahead and adjust the hair. So the hair you'll be using to wrap the box braid with, you want to make sure is longer than your box braid, like twice as long as your box braid, so that way you will have enough hair to wrap the box braid with. Okay, so moving on to the next step. So you want to start by wrapping the braiding hair extension around the root of the braid twice before moving ahead to wrap the rest of the braid. Okay, so and also you want to make sure not to wrap it too tight on the root to the extent of it pulling on your scalp. So you want the hair to be beautiful and you don't want to have headache. And also, while wrapping the braiding hair extension around the box braid, you want to make sure not to wrap it too tight, because if you wrap it too tight, it will be too stiff and it won't be flexible. So in order to make sure that the locks is flexible, so you want to make sure not to wrap it too tight around the braids. Okay, so once you wrap it to your desired length, you want to go ahead and tie a knot to secure it in place. So if you don't tie a knot, it will unravel and then you have to do it all over again. So don't forget, make sure to tie a knot once you wrap it to your desired length. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys one more time. Take your crochet hook, pass it through the base of the box braid. So next, hook the hair, close the crochet hook, and pass it through the braid. So right here, you only want to pull one end of the braiding hair extension through the braid. So next, go ahead and adjust the length. So you want to make sure that the hair you're going to be using to wrap the box braid with is longer than your braid. As you can see right here, you can see the hair is super long. Okay, so next you want to move on to wrapping the hair. So you want to start from the root. So you want to start by wrapping the hair and run the root of the braid twice. Okay, and making sure not to wrap it too tight around the root. And again, doing the same thing, you want to make sure that you don't wrap the box braid too tight. If you want your hair to be flexible, if you want your locks to be flexible and move towards the direction you want them to lay, you want to make sure not to wrap it too tight. If you wrap it too tight, it will be very stiff and you will have headache, and we don't want on that. So and also making sure not to wrap it too tight at the same time, you want to make sure not to give gap on the braid while wrapping the hair. If you give gap on the braid while wrapping the hair, by the time you're done, you tie a knot, you think all is done. It's not. It once the locks unwind, the hair will become loose and you'll end up redoing it again. So just make sure you do it right the first time, so that way you don't end up re wrapping the hair that you've already wrapped before. So just make sure to wrap it close together, and also make sure not to wrap it too tight in order to get the best result. So doing the same thing, you want to wrap it to your desired length and tie a knot to secure it in place. Okay, moving on to the next step to get this beautiful ombre look right here. So what I did, I realized halfway through this whole process that the white hair color won't be enough for the entire hairstyle. So what I did, I took the ombre hair color and the white hair color, and then I mixed them together, as you can see in this clip. So that gave me this beautiful ombre and white kind of highlight effect throughout the whole hair. So doing the same thing right here, as you can see, I'm gonna wrap that twice around the roots of my braid, and next I'm gonna go ahead and continue wrapping it around the braid. Also making, you want to make sure not to give gap. Okay, I'm singing it because I did this exact thing I'm telling you not to do, and the result wasn't pretty at all. They were like coming loose, and I end up redoing it over again. So you want to make sure to wrap it close together and not to give gap in order to achieve the best result. And also making sure not to wrap it too tight because you want the locks to be flexible. And again, make sure to tie a knot at the end once you wrap it to your desired length. Okay, let's take a moment to talk about the color of this hairstyle. As always, you don't have to use the same hair color I use in this video. You can use any hair color of your choice and your hairstyle will come out looking awesome, okay? This is the color I choose to use because I love it, not because anyone asked me to use it. So use whatever color that best suits you, okay? All right, I'm all done. Moving on to the next step is to prep the hair for coiling. Okay, this is the back. So these coils are from the old hairstyle, the old goddess braid. So I'm gonna recoil everything just to give you that freshly coiled hair. Okay, so moving on to the next step, you want to go ahead and arrange the locks for coiling. So you just want to position them the right way where you want your coils to start. Okay, so go ahead and arrange it. So next you want to go ahead and take your flexi rod. You can use a large size flexi rod or a medium size. So for me, I'm going to be using a medium size flexi rod today. So once you position the hair on where you want your coils to start, you want to go ahead and wrap it around the flexi rod. So you want to twist it and wrap it around the flexi rod, twist and wrap around, twist and wrap it around. Okay, just like that. So the next step, you want to go ahead and dip the hair into hot water. So for this process, you will need two towels, one to put over your shoulder and the other one to dry off the excess water. So if you want a long lasting coils, you want to make sure that the water you're going to be using to coil the hair is boiled, okay? You want to use boiled water, not just hot water. If you use just hot water from the tap, your coils won't last as long as you want them to do too. But if you use a boiled water to coil the tip of your hair, trust me, the coils will last as long as you want them to. So right here, after dipping the hair into hot water, I dry off the excess water. So next, I went ahead and unraveled the coils right away because I didn't want the hair to dry while the flexi rod is staying in place. So you can let it air dry before unraveling the coils, or you can unravel the coils and let it air dry afterwards. Okay, so this is the final result. This is how the hair is looking. This is the color outdoor. It's beautiful, it's coily, it's colorful. I love it, and I also hope you guys do too. If you do, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. If you already subscribed, thank you so much for subscribing, and thank you so much for stopping by today. And also if you're new, please don't forget to turn on the notification bell button so that way you will get notified whenever I post a new video. All right guys, thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you in my next one.